go. We're pairing. What's up, Lee?
Happy Friday. So we have a little JavaScript utility, if we want to call it that, visitUrl. And one of you may know better than me the background. I understand, I think it might be purely in existence because we couldn't track, and I'm not sure if the terminology is right, but track Snowplow, send events to Snowplow just using normal hyperlinks. So we had to get rid of hyperlinks and instead use this utility or JavaScript or whatever you want to call it, which is really kind of straightforward, to kind of navigate to a URL, but we send a Snowplow event beforehand. So yeah, but one of the kind of things that you lose by removing native hyperlinks is the ability to command or control click and open it in a new tab. So I decided to have a little bit of a poke, and it looks like it's reasonably straightforward to pass an event. And the event contains information about the environment, if that's the right phrase, and we know whether the control key or the command key is pressed. And based on that, we can open it in a new tab. So that seemed quite straightforward, but then, yeah, somebody quite rightly pointed out that do we really need to do this hack, or can we use a normal A or maybe GL link? So enough of me talking. Any thoughts or experience with this utility, or do you know the backstory?
No experience from my side, just what you said made a red light in my head go on, which said history API, which when messing around with links and redirects and stuff, that also might be something to consider.
Yeah, I have experience, and I'm bubbling over with this conversation I've had multiple times. We really, really, really want to lean towards using links instead of using visitUrl. I am not familiar with the Snowplow limitation that you mentioned.
Yeah.
And I don't believe that there is a limitation. Snowplow should be able to capture a click.
I've just looked at this as well, and I'm thinking, hang on a minute, does this even work? Because
does what work?
Does the omitting the event actually work? Because we visit the URL.
Do you want to share your? Do you want to share your screen, or
you realize exactly what I'm doing, don't you? Highlighting that you cannot see.
It's okay.
It looks like I might never have shared on Zoom before, so I need to give you access. I'm going to try it, but
all those sessions that we never let you share.
I'm sure that you've shared.
Yeah. Only been using my Mac for.
Gotcha. Okay. You probably have to restart Zoom.
You got to restart your whole computer. Okay. I'll see you next time, Lee.
Do this, quit and reopen. Be right back.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna share my screen. So I wonder. I don't get the Snowplow thing that we're talking about. Oh, but I wonder if it's like, oh, here we're gonna visit, and then we're admitting that we click this. Yeah, this isn't gonna. I agree with what Lee was just talking about. This isn't gonna work because we're gonna change. I agree with what you're saying, Lee. Like, this isn't gonna work, because we're gonna change the URL, and then it, you know, it's end of the world for JavaScript.
You would have thought so, right? Yeah. But should we have a look if there's a test in place? I think there might be a test in place.
Well, in the unit test land, everything gets, we don't actually change the URL.
So everything, of course.
So in unit test land, things are mocked out, or this actual behavior stubbed out. But yeah, this
So
isn't
the
gonna
whole reason this visit URL was used in the first place is completely pointless because you don't think that have you got access to the system to see if this whatever this CI status badge link should log in the back end if those events are ever if they exist? Have you got access to Snowplow or whatever it is? No, no worries.
I probably do, but I've never. That's a really good question. That's a question worth asking. Like, is this actually working? That's a good question. On behalf of the members of FE pairing to 0916, we beseech. No, I'm not gonna do it. We is this event tracking even working? We'd expect JavaScript to be torn down after visiting the URL.
Yeah.
If the navigation is asynchronous, then it might have a chance to actually fire.
If the what's asynchronous?
If the somewhere inside the implementation of visitUrl, whatever it is doing,
Right.
It
But then
just
it's a
calls-
race condition then, and that's like even
Exactly.
worse maybe.
And it just
And-
calls window.location.href, which to the best of my knowledge, doesn't do
Is not.
anything.
But quick question is, I'm currently looking on the implementation of visitUrl, and it says simulate target blank rel no opener no referrer. Simulating target blank for me means this thing will be opening in a new tab, and
Only
this
so
event-
yeah, so this only happens in two scenarios. One is if you pass the external flag, which I think this may be used, like when you post a comment on an issue. I think depending on what the content of the comment is, you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
And then the other reason is when what I've literally just added in this MR, which is if you've got the command or control key pressed. So 99% of the time it would be opening in the same tab or
Okay.
window.
Gotcha.
Before I added this functionality, there was no way of opening this in a new window. It would always open in the same window.
Yeah, this for things that open in new windows that don't have open and refer, they can actually reference that previous window with window.opener and refer. So this is a huge security issue because you can have a link to third-party site that can then start,
Oh, that's interesting.
a vector for how to mask.
That ignores all kind of what
Yeah.
they call the CSRF headers or whatever it's called.
Yeah, so it's like if we had like a like if we were listening to like if we had a general message listener, like we'd be able to then have that third-party site would be able to start, I don't know, doing some actions on that window. It's so anytime, this is for a security reason, anytime we go to an external site and we're going to open it blank, that's why we're doing this opener equals null.
Ah, clever.
Yeah, that's related. But
so I don't know if you've got a specific place you want to jump into now, but David has very kindly already posted what he believes to be a kind of solution to using GL link instead of visitUrl. So
Yeah.
I don't know if we want to just, it could be a nice Friday session if all we have to do, if you scroll down just a little bit further.
And I want to highlight like this point that David mentioned is this is a huge reason of why we shouldn't add just partial behavior for control and command, because there's also middle click and there's right click, and if you're on mobile there's other ways, and it's like, no, if we want to be able to open,
absolutely, yeah.
Really
And do you know what, that's something that when I implemented a form a little while ago, and I was like, well, we just need a text box and we need this and a button, and I didn't use the standard like HTML form tags, etc. And then as time went on, and somebody reviewed it, and you kind of realize that helps to exhibit standard behaviors. It means that when you hit enter, it submits the form, and little bits and pieces, and it's like, okay, there's reasons these things are. So yeah, if we can use a normal official WC3, whatever it is.
So this is saying on click, we navigate to the pipeline. Yes. I think what is being discussed here, yes, I think this is gonna work. Couldn't testing, maybe all those needed. Yes.
I still have a slight concern that if we omit the event and then immediately navigate to this new thing, that whatever's listening for that event might not have time to process it.
So you ask a really good question. But I believe, I'm pretty sure it's a standard that links will process synchronously their click handlers. And if nothing is ever called prevent, then it will do the href. So if you have because it's part of the standard behavior that you can actually have a link with an href, but have a click listener that will prevent the default behavior. So browsers need to process all of the click listeners first before
let me reword that slightly. So I think it'll omit the event, but I don't know that the thing listening for the event is going to receive it and process it.
Yes. So that is the this does create some racy condition stuff. Racy is maybe not the word. that sounds scandalous. This does create some race condition like things, because what if view, because now we're a little coupled to view handling these things synchronously, and I believe that they do. It's the rendering of templates that is has to be next ticked. I believe that this will actually be handled synchronously, unless the handler for this is actually asynchronous, which it probably is, because yeah, let's find this thing. Yes, track link. Okay, so this handler is not, but I mean, certainly track is making some sort of web request, right?
Yeah.
So where's our tracking stuff? Where's methods, tracking event, tracker? What tracking?
Oh, what we might need to, I'm just reading up on emit to understand if it's synchronous or not, but we might have to pass a handler in, like function that's a callback almost, that when the tracking event is complete.
Well, we need though, if we want to get the native link behavior, we need all the listeners to be synchronous.
Yeah.
And so that's one thing. I'm
gosh,
what was the name of the function? It was track
visitUrl or no? Oh, sorry,
it's called event. Where's event? Here's event. Dispatch Snowplow event. Windows Snowplow. Yeah, we just call this, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. You probably won't want to read it, but you clearly know a lot more about Vue than me. But I really did expect the event bus, as they call it, to be an asynchronous sort of something emits an event, it goes somewhere, and then something picks it up. But it seems like it's, especially as I presume you could have multiple listeners, or could you not? Maybe not. I don't know. You can. Okay.
Well, yeah, you can, because it all uses the view. What do they call it? It all uses the V model on, which is just like a very simple event. What do they call that?
Event bus, is it? Or
I don't know. No, whatever the event target thing, and those are going to be synchronous. Like, is this going to
Awesome. Well,
naively-
I'm sure we can test it.
Well,
I
so
hope.
here's the situation though. Like, so now we call the Snowplow event. We're tracking something. It's got to make a request. Like,
Yeah.
So, and that's got to be asynchronous. So even if all of our stuff here, even if we're not waiting for this, it does bring up the question of like, are we able to track links?
Yeah.
And I just don't know. So I kind of want to just do a quick search for like Snowplow track link clicks. All right, well, here we go. Link click tracking. Whoa. Enabled by enable link click tracking. Each link click. Wow, that's a link click. That's a little bit of a tongue twister. I'm also just not good at talking, so probably as fields where the link clicks are tracked as self. Each link event captures the link's href attribute. So as fields for this looks like 100% what 100% more preferable to doing this manually.
So
Yeah.
this is an npm package or something that we might need.
I think so.
Quick background information. If I recall this right from working with other tracking libraries with links, as far as I remember, you usually just write a couple of values to a global JavaScript event. And as a dev, that's kind of all you do. And I suppose the library then would update this JavaScript event immediately or whenever you'll be revisiting the page. But I only remember when implementing this thing, it's basically just editing an object or firing like an event to edit this, but that will be it.
I'm so curious how this works. I'm so curious how this works. I've gotten so curious. I'm jumping into the source code. I'm sorry. We could do something else. I add click listeners. Okay. Oh, look, we can add a little filter. This looks like 100% what we should do. This would be really nice. We add the click listener. Click listener. Okay. Oh, it's adding it to the mouse up and mouse down pseudo clicks. Okay, or we do this one to get the click handler. Oh, interesting. Process the click. Tracker or track. And it's just gonna make this. We're just return. I don't know, man. I don't know. Add all contexts after track. So we call before track for each one. What is callback? What is callback here? It's called for every adds context. Oh, this applies the callback to the built payload. Is callback something that? Oh man, I'm so curious. I'm so curious, but I'm way down the rabbit hole right now. Because I feel like.
So should we just have a look at what David's suggestion was, and did we have like I don't think this is going to work, or actually, if there's something
looks...
off the shelf, then it makes sense to reuse a tried and tested and maintained. What's the thinking?
This looks like it's going to work.
Right.
I think this is gonna work. I think what was 100%. I think this will work. What was really
Okay.
tripping me up was uh was how can we make a web request which is asynchronous
Yeah.
here? Like how
Yeah.
is Snowplow doing that? But I guess the way this works is it doesn't need to wait for a response. So these requests are actually just fire and forget. So as long as the backend receives a request, that's really the only bit that really matters, I guess. So I think that may be able to happen synchronously from Snowplow. Snowplow is able to say, go,
Right. So
and then keeps
sending
going.
the request is synchronous. Receiving the response is the asynchronous bit, which we don't care about.
I think
see. Right,
that's what's happening. And now that I think about it, like that's the way the XHR works is
right. Well, the synchronous, the request is synchronous, but the response is a cool.
so yeah, I think this will 100% work. But it is this looks really interesting. Like we should just
Implement a tried
handle
and
this.
tested library.
Yeah. I'm gonna say I need to hop in to are we doing this refactor? Is Peyton doing this or are we doing this?
Right. So what I have said we will do is, so it may well be that we can end up removing visitUrl entirely. Maybe we can spend, if we've got, the rest of the session looking, because so this is the specific case that Chad brought up that was like, oh, I wanted to open this in a new window and I can't. So I said, well, okay, the reason you can't is because we're using this JavaScript method. I'll improve this JavaScript method so it supports control click, command click. I will update this one call to the method, but there's about 50 or 100, or there's quite a few calls to this method that we need to update. So we could do one of two things. We could look at all those other calls and see whether we think that all of them are redundant and that we should be using something else instead, or we can say, oh no, actually, it makes sense that we're using this method for these reasons, and we need to update some of those to pass the event and allow the command or control click.
Yeah, so this, I think we won't be able to get rid of visitUrl, like, because I think it's used a bit for other situations. Like you'll see these like form submissions where we do these like asynchronous, non-traditional post form submission.
And then afterwards, we want to navigate.
Yes. So I don't
know.
So
what does, like, stupid as it sounds, this is basically a wrapper for a call to window.location or window.location.href or whatever. What's the benefit of having the visitUrl wrapper?
Well, that's a good question. It's 5 years ago.
I understand if we're passing external true.
I think that's got to be why.
But then why have the other scenario? Visit external URL. Maybe we should call it.
So look
only use it.
So I mean, that was its original. Well, no, we're talking this. Look. Oh, we're so far back, man. So this is, we used to have just a global util. Like this is back before we, had module exports in the project. So you can see this is one of the early module exports. And I guess previously it was just, we're just going to change the href. One of the benefits of having it in its own function is for testing, you can just mock this function and your environment won't like throw an error or something like that because you're trying to change locations or something. So that's probably one benefit. But I think also encapsulating this external flag seemed be really related to this specific problem. And it's funny how code is just sticky and it's just been around forever since then. So yeah. We should definitely prefer Oh, look, it's using document location. That's interesting. We should definitely prefer
A
um, A's.
or GL link.
Yep.
So, okay, so I didn't see as far. Did you actually respond to David, or didn't quite get that far?
Well, I don't think I did yet.
So are we going to suggest, sort of say, oh, here's this package. Should we use this? Is that what
I
we're
think
thinking?
this
or
is great. Like, I think we should just,
implement that? Okay, let's do it.
yeah. I mean, I think it's just a matter of applying this. Do you want to apply it, or do you want me to apply this?
I'm happy to give it a bash.
I don't think I have any contributions or what activity today. So I might, maybe I should push up the commit so it looks like I'm doing something.
If you, yeah, by all means. The other thing, as I was saying, if like once we've, it's brilliant. Again, reason I love these sessions, because it's not just that, oh yeah, let's apply this, it works, cool. Proper deep dive and understanding and asking questions.
Yes.
But
yeah,
I am very interested to see some of the other scenarios. So as I say, this one is very much oh, we don't need to use visitUrl. So like we're going to change it to GL link or whatever it might be. But for some of the other scenarios, like that one you just showed me, where it's we're making an asynchronous form submission and then we're redirecting, we do need that method.
Yeah.
So I'm keen.
Oh, are you still there?
More usages.
Yeah.
Within, if you lose me.
Sorry.
No, not at all. I was just saying that so there clearly are some scenarios where we do need to use visitUrl, but I'm keen to look like a bunch of places to see if we can like start finding which ones can we identify as ones that we can definitely remove in favor of GL link or just A if
I don't know if need is like I think it's there's probably many places it's used where it shouldn't be, and it's such a huge win when we can get rid of it. But like, look at this. Do you see how this thing is not a link? Like, so I can't like just highlight, but on this side, this little bit is a link. Like I can highlight this.
Yeah.
We used to have like this used to be handled with a click listener, but it's, from this perspective, it's so inconvenient because I do want to middle click, open tabs or whatever. And like, but this is kind of a complex situation of like, how do you get a link that kind of has another link inside of it? And there's other interesting situations where we've had to, I know,
do you know what's really bugging me while you're looking at that? The truncation on the middle column.
Oh yeah, like here.
Yeah, well, that's unnecessary to truncate it at that position, right?
I don't know, man.
But
that's
keep
true.
going.
That's true. There's a lot of white space here. But what I was going to say is there's other places where I know we've had to fancifully shimmy like an anchor in place to get that right behavior. So there's interesting ways that you can get link like behavior. And we've done it once before. This is related to it, but there's another one that's related to it as well. We have some complex components, but we need to be able to like middle click and right click on them. And you can do that with somehow you shimmy an anchor in there. I don't remember how we did it before, but it was interesting. And the result was pretty nice, actually. So but anyways, yes, let's apply this thing. Yes, GL link. That's great. Yeah, look, we already get, I guess we get these things for free. I'm wondering if that's the case. Maybe I should, maybe we should test that this looks as we expect.
Is that a little Paul tip there, that you don't need to run yarn install? You can just run yarn.
Yeah, just yarn knows what you want to do. Just starts installing things. All All right, here we go. Boom. All right, so the tests are passing. We got rid of visitUrl, and these aren't asynchronous. Yep, because all we need to do is just test the href. Yep. And then here we'll do the emit the click, and we emitted the thing. Everything is great. Great. Yeah, this should work. But I am now just curious, what does this look like? You know, maybe it doesn't look good. Because we changed to a GL link, which I guess should look fine. Do we want to test this thing out?
Yeah, I'd like to see it in the UI if we can do that.
Yeah, let's do that. Oh man, do I still have this thing running? Probably should stop GDK at some point. All right. I just ran yarn, so I probably need to run bundle. Let me run start. Okay. What is CI badge link use? Where is this used?
So if you go onto a merge request, there's a few other places you could do it. You could go onto like the commit list, or I think on a merge request on the commits tab, where you get the little pipeline. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so for some reason there's not a pipeline again. It might be that one. I did it on the commits tab. It's weird that on the commits tab it didn't.
Oh, this has got to be it. I lost it. CI badge link. Oh, used then. Look how helpful that is.
Oh my.
That's so helpful.
What's the betting? That's not up to date, but
oh wow, this is 4 years ago. Oh, that's interesting. Wow. Status badge link. Oh wow. So this is not it. It's status badge link is the
selector.
Oh, interesting. Oh, I wonder if it's here. I wonder if it's this one.
It should be definitely on the commits tab, but for some reason on this MR the commits tab isn't showing one. But if you just jump into another random MR, I'm fairly certain you would see it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why my pipeline isn't showing on there. What?
Yeah, they're supposed to show here, aren't they?
Yeah, I think I know why that is as well. It's another MR that I'm working on at the moment.
Are they supposed to show here?
Really broken, isn't it? Bad times. There we go. That'll do.
Oh look, that's me.
Where would that thing link to? GitLab.
The job, I think.
Okay.
Or sorry, the pipeline. The pipeline, not the job.
Okay.
So I was expecting some sort of QA selector, right?
Does that show in production?
Yes.
Oh, it does. Oh, okay.
So where is this thing? Where did you say you were used? Pipelines table first column. Yeah, that's got to be out of date. Maybe though. Maybe it's not. Is it this thing? Is this it?
Maybe.
But this says pipeline commit status. And this one says status badge link. What is...
Let me find you another MR that's definitely got it on, because I don't understand what's going on with your...
Okay.
While Lee is looking for that, can I just ask a somehow unrelated question regarding the visitUrl or the GL link we are using here? Like, what I'm after is I get the way we are using Vue at GitLab, which is basically not necessarily web component approach, but with mostly with a dedicated app for each application, aka each route. I'm just curious when I'm thinking about tools like I almost said React router. When I think about JS routers, and it feels a little mayhem to me to go from one of our Vue applications to another using window.url regarding page loads. Like a link is probably what we have to deal with. Might not be a perfect approach, but dealing with the window object sounds like a little much, even though I get the reasons why we're doing this. Is there any chance, and this is getting super theoretical, I'm sorry about that, but is there
No,
any
you're good.
chance about further optimization? I see us maybe saving some page loads, tinkering with that.
So you suggesting that we might be able to tear down the Vue app and load the other Vue app without navigating to another URL?
Yeah. I'm not sure with our kind of architecture if that is even an option, but
I would be. I mean, clearly you guys are a lot more knowledgeable in this, but because our Vue apps are so small, you know, they're a tiny part of the page as opposed to the whole page is contained.
How are we going to refresh these numbers if we don't reload the page on every visit? You can't just, this is a feature. That's how we refresh the numbers.
Okay, so forget what I just said. That's a good reason.
Yeah, no, it's real though. It's like, you know, these are static. These middle parts change. And then we unload and reload the thing. But what's cool is like Vue router is the router modules are so sophisticated where you can still just use regular links and it will hook into them. But visitUrl, you're right, visitUrl would circumvent that. Like visitUrl we're going to refresh no matter what, where if we were using links and we could more easily implement something that's not at all like it's easy, but that's how routers work, and so we could transform something to a little bit more single pagey with links.
Yeah, I have to.
And these are links. So like these are links that I can middle click, right click, and everything. But you notice it doesn't refresh. This is a single page thing.
Oh, did you see we got a response, by the way, from Peyton?
Oh, no. And I totally lost the MR too. Can you please resend it to me?
Of course I can. I'm still getting used to the Mac things. Copy. It is in the chat.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, it works.
Christ knows how or why, but it works.
But why?
Yeah. Clicks. Yeah, I don't understand why that would work. How would
Unless we're sending those events from some other way, place, whatever.
That's what I'm thinking.
Should I send Peyton a link to this session just in case? I know it's a bit late in the day, but
yeah, somehow this is working.
It's the only catch.
It will work. Wait. Let me go back. There is no href here. Sorry, I'm man, there's so many bunnies. I'm following all of their bunny trails.
So what's your latest light bulb,
So-
Paul?
What I think, if I just left click on it and it's capturing my current window, or we're going to just change window location href,
Mm-hmm.
this will, I believe this, I don't know why this would work, but if I do actually like middle click on it, or like, but I see there's no href. So, because what's interesting is in your MR, there's another path where we don't tear down this JavaScript environment because we're actually opening in a new window.
Yeah, but that didn't exist before. So
Exactly. So that's why I'm just gonna all right. We gotta figure this out. There's nothing to figure out. Thing I wanted to do is test this, but we don't know where it is. That's the real issue.
I've sent you an MR link in the chat, I think,
Can we-
where I'm 100% sure that is, so the right
Oh,
at
look,
the bottom,
there's
that
one.
The reason I'm sure is because that's where I tested that the middle click or whatever works. If it hasn't got your QA
It doesn't have,
selector,
yeah. So
then
Weird idea, folks. Can we reproduce this behavior, like actually executing this link? We can, right?
to click it,
What,
or did
yeah, what if
Snowplow
we
capture
put
it?
what if we put a debugger just below the just above the tracking event? Just to verify that this thing is not, I still think it's not, like, it's
I
not
think we can
meant to be
console log
recognized.
it. I think we can console log it. And we can preserve logs, so we'll be able to see it that way.
Yes, yeah, there we go.
That's
Yeah,
a good idea.
there we go.
Yeah, I'm still trying to find it, and I'm not convinced this is it.
so yeah, why am I? Let me see if I can find Chad's original message, and that's where I tested that the fix worked. So I hope that's it.
So I'm still trying to find where this thing is used. I did see in the project operations things, we have a really interesting, I don't know if I can open it up here, but I should be able to open it up in the GDK, which should be started now. Let's do it. This is it. Let's open up GDK. There's like a project operations dashboard thing, which will show pipeline, and I wonder if that's it. Great, we're here in the GDK. I'm going to open up this thing called operations, which I'm not going to pretend that I really know
Okay, so
what this is
Chad was
about.
actually on the failed jobs tab of a pipeline.
This is it. This one is one of them.
Awesome.
Okay. So this is with the change. So I'm gonna keep this tab open. I'm gonna commit this. Let's call it thanks dsec. That's probably not a good commit message. We'll call it use href and gl link for CI badge link.
Spot on.
All right, and we will also link to the comments. Yes. All right, cool. Git revert. No commit head. All right, so undoing that change. Let's see if visually, if we get anything else. So this is the after. It looks like we are exactly the same, except now, look, I can actually see where this thing goes. Yes, and I can middle click this. It's so much more lovable.
Love it.
Great. But Yannick is unconvinced. How do I know this really works? That's a good question. I don't know. but let's add some logs.
Yeah, I might also, oh, not on my new machine. There's also a Snowplow debugger Chrome extension
For Snowplow,
or,
right?
or whatever extension. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have docs about this. Can we check it out real fast?
Mm.
Snowplow debugging. What? Snowplow. What a weird library name. It's like a snowplow of data. All right. Where's Oh, yes, yes. What do we want to do? You must enable snowplow, turn off. Okay. Do we want to use this one?
It seems like
There's
it's Chrome
two.
only.
Well, there's two. I have Chrome, but why do we have two? Which one's better?
I think I've only worked with the debugger so far.
Yeah, let's do the first one. First one.
Yeah,
That
I'd
sounds.
probably also be fine with a console log at the right place. Like I would trust Snowplow to actually execute once they're called.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's confirm Snowplow. This is good to be testing this out. All right, so I'm on Chrome land. Okay. Oh my gosh. Let me move all of your friendly faces, and I'm looking for extensions. I need to install an extension. I also need to enable snowplow tracking in the admin area. Where is that? Tracking can be enabled at settings general. Let me go visit the settings general. Snowplow.
Put a link in the chat to the debugger.
All right.
For the extension.
Example.com is for sure going to be the collector. Cookie domain. I think I'm just going to copy this one. Oh,
GDK.test.
Sure. Great. All right, we're good. So let me open up oh, you put a link to the extension. You're not trying to install malware. This isn't the
It's my very own extension, but it's really good.
All right. I got this extension from a friend I met online. He says he says he's my friend. All right. Add to Chrome. 7 stars? That's not a lot of stars. This is really the one? I mean, 7
users isn't terrible.
Well,
I thought that was 7 stars out of 5.
Yeah, can we speak about that? That doesn't make. Oh, I mean, 7 recommendations and 4.5 stars. That's what it is.
Can we visit the other one? And see if this has 9. This is more use. Now, is this more use because, you know, there's more, you know, they're able to fish more users. They have a better fishing process. I don't know which one. I feel like maybe using the one that's more used.
Yeah, go with that. Or wait a second. Can I just see the other ones? Judging from the video below, I think that is what I've been using.
Okay.
But I'm sure. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Do I want to use what Yannick's using, or do I want to do what everyone else is using? I think let's go with this one. I'm gonna go with this one. What? Read and change all data on the websites.
As every browser extension, by the way.
Just as well you don't use Chrome, right, Paul?
Yes, this is my developer browser. So I'm gonna, oh man. All right. I guess we're good. So I'm using the one that you mentioned using. I am then able to go to some sort of Snowplow
Yeah, go to the exactly and click it.
and switch to the Snowplow debugger tab. Here we go. Nope. Maybe I need to close this.
Yeah, you probably need to restart.
The whole, oh, there we go.
There you go.
Snowplow debugger tab. What's going on? What's gonna happen? Nothing happened. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
there we go.
Yeah, but that's presumably completely different, unrelated events, right?
Completely different, unrelated events.
Or
Page
is it?
view events. These are page view events.
It should be all events, and we should be able to search for the right one.
Well, these are all page view events, right? So the right one would have something about badge in it, right? So let's look for badge. Nope. I see no badge.
And have you currently got the original checked out, or like master checked out, or have you got the patched?
I have the original one because I've reverted this. This is not working for me. I click on this.
Try your fix. Try your fix.
Yeah. So
we're not calling you a liar, Peyton. I promise.
Reset. So I resetted the revert. So we're at the href version now. Here we go. All right. I'm gonna clear some of these out. What are these? This brick is distracting me.
It looks like a pizza oven to me, Paul.
Yeah, it does look like that.
It's a headless turtle.
Igloo?
It's just the shell. What is this? Tracker version. Structured event. This is some sort of structured event.
Okay.
Custom project. This is showing we showed the pipelines. That's all it's saying. I have no idea what this is.
And searching for badge still doesn't give anything,
Or
correct?
badge. Yeah.
Okay.
But is it looking inside of the event data?
When I search for it, I don't know.
Because maybe it's not.
Could be the names, yeah.
But this page view one is showing up first. Oh, let me close this. It looks like that was, I don't know. Let's try one more time. So I'm here. Oh my gosh. So we hit operations. This is some context data, but I'm not getting like a custom structured event. Projects pipeline shell. Here's the event label. Project side navigation. Okay. Here's another structured event. Wow, we do these a whole lot. I click on this thing. And this structured event. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. I keep losing my place. Where's the event data? Yeah, this isn't doing what I don't know if this is doing what I think it's doing. I keep getting this project side navigation. Like that's what they all.
If you do a command click on it, so we're definitely not navigating away. Do we get the
Mhm.
event?
Let's see. Oh, I looked for Badger. Why was I looking for Badger?
Who doesn't want to look for badges?
That wasn't correct.
So it still doesn't seem to be confused. Yes.
I am going to say,
Brain the plugin.
well, yeah, we could try the other extension. Do you want to try that? It's a little late. We've been doing
Yeah.
this. So I'm gonna just say we weren't able to verify. We weren't able to verify that this was behaving the way we want. I'm gonna ask Peyton if he could verify.
Cool.
This does bring up like doing based on the click listener, like we won't be capturing if I did, open link a new tab and all those things. But that extension,
Oh yeah,
that
that's good.
extension that we found, I must have closed that tab. The extension does pseudo click listening. So it's like looks for mouse down and like all the other kind of.
That was the npm package or whatever it was. Okay.
I think we're gonna really, really want to use that because it's solving this problem for us, which is obviously it seems a little bit more to it than one would think. So I'm gonna leave a question for Peyton. I'll push this commit up,
Awesome.
but I'm
Yeah.
gonna leave a question for Peyton of like, could he confirm locally that this is working? We weren't able to confirm that either are working locally. So something's probably wrong with our environment.
Awesome.
That's it. Thanks for bringing this up.
No, really interesting as always. Thank you guys. See you next week.
Thanks.
Awesome.
Bye.
See you then, folks.